It appears that I'm live. Let's see if you can hear me somewhere, somehow. Hello? 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 Okay. Good, good, good. Well, I am looking at all of the ways to prepare. I'm looking at all of the ways to prepare for transition if that needs to happen. And I have a feeling that based on what happened today with Owen Benjamin, D Live is about to get pretty lit. The only disappointing thing I would say is that the number two trending person on D Live is a transvestite. So, yeah, that needs to change. Wow, I just got a notification on D Live that the server is super busy. I'll tell you what, I bet they are. They had a huge influx. Probably really put the system to the test today. hmm So, nobody's 100% certain exactly what's about to happen on YouTube. The fact that they're canceling people's accounts before the 10th further confounds the issue. So I'm still trying to speculate a little bit, but I don't want to do too much of that because sometimes you just really don't know what's going to happen, and that's okay. So I can't remember quite what I'm named. Uh, the plot thickens, I think, is what I named this one, and that has to do with recognizing that you don't, when you're making change in your life, you don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. You don't want to ignore that which is good, righteous, um, commanded, even, whatever the case. You don't want to be throwing those things out the window just because they are vaguely associated with a thing. So, thinking through some stuff, specifically in regards to these holidays, and trying to figure out exactly how to manage the minefield of evil in this world and maintain integrity, genuinity, which doesn't amount to a hill of beans as far as that goes, but integrity and righteousness. And all the while, do what is said, do what is commanded. So that is what I'm trying to figure out. If I was more, excuse me, sorry, if I was more in the farming behavior at this point, I would probably get that one a little better. Um, I'm literally just so you know why I'm looking over. I'm sitting here following everybody I can find that has a bear name on D Live. Um, because there's a sea of people and I may end up having, so I'll go from 350. Right now I have 14 followers on D Live. So I'm already almost, I'm at like 3%. So, you know, I don't know. I also saw that Streamlabs can can stream to D Live. So that's good. But here's some of my points. And thanks for being here, Big B. Like I like to see you. And that's just my way of saying I respect you. Um
Big B Lupo donated $1. I'm going to make a video on this but you beat me to it. Always avant-garde you are.
Dang, that was a pretty good pronunciation. She hit that avant-garde pretty good, I'll tell you what. Um D Live, yeah. Isn't D Live the one that you told me to stream on? Besides Mines, I can't do that because I want to go longer than 30 minutes or whatever their limit is. I saw that there was a limit. I was just like, psh, whatever. Whatever. And I've posted some pretty good stuff um, on Mines, and I don't get. I don't know if there's just so many people, and you just. I don't know. I don't. I'm still trying to figure out how Mines works. I know you like it, but I posted some good memes. I think I shared some with you. Um, how's my audio? For some reason, it sounds a little like it might be a little tinny. I don't know if it's just my head. Oh, BitChute. Well, yeah, but you can't live stream on BitChute. You got a limit. So mine's. Oh, I gotcha. Well, let me show you. Let me show you something. Let me clear my screen of the silly work stuff. All right, dude, I've got some good memes. They're funny-ish. Funny-ish. I know that some of them are definitely related to the whole flat Earth thing, but that doesn't mean that they're not funny. Still pretty funny. All right, here we go. It's better than last stream. Oh, the audio. Gotcha. Yeah. All right, there's one of them. Who chews their drink? I'd mixed in a little scoop of ice cream, had a little cherry in it. Anyway, there you go. It's funny. I know I'm stealing the concept of "Am I a joke to you?" but I like it. And if you're on YouTube a bunch and you watch some of the same videos I watch, then you'll see me busting out some really good "Am I a joke to yous" out there. Um, Here's another one. And this is terrible. This is horrible quality, but I'm still going to share it. You reminded my activity, huh? I don't even know what that means. Like I said, I don't even understand how this stuff works. Dude, this was the best meme ever, by the way. And I got one thumbs up, and it was like pretty much okay. Maybe it wasn't the best meme ever, but I thought it was really good. Um, EME equals meme. I don't know what EME is. I don't. I know what memetic. Thank you. I thought it was really hilarious, but it's a little edgy, I guess. Mines is now monetized, pay to play. Mines is now monetized. Mines gaming. What the heck? I don't know what any of that is. All right, I might get lost in a sea of. You keep using that word, gravity. I do not think it means what you think it means. It's valid. It's valid no matter what the shape of the Earth is. Just saying. Let's see. I thought this is weak. In my opinion, this is pretty weak. So it's like, okay. Well, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I was about to say, did I mess this up? Yeah, no, that's the one. Everyone uses me. It's kind of weak. I get it. There's another one. Where did it go? Oh yeah, here it is. Spin of the Earth, I feel not. Um, it's funny based on the context of Yoda sticking his hands out and closing his eyes. Okay, again, regardless of what you believe, I still think that one's pretty funny too. Um, that's pretty much it. The donut one I thought was pretty epic. Alrighty. I get these arguments all the time. Did you make the scarecrow meme? Meme. Dude, I I need to understand why there's a new word for meme. Well, I don't need to understand. I just want to understand why there's a new word for meme. Okay. I don't. Gosh, I have so many. I have so many tabs up. Oh yeah, you know what we could do? We could watch that movie together. I did say that we would do that. Um, so I went through. I've got like where's my channel? My channel. Oh wait, what's going on? Where do I get my stats? Maybe Partner Center. Yeah, I guess that's one place. So I now have 19 followers, and let's see here. No, 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 stop. I don't want all that nonsense. Um, but like I said, that just has to do with me subscribing to a bunch of people. So you get to there's different tiers of things with D Live. Obviously, I'm still figuring it all out. But yeah, maybe we could watch some Fritz Springmeier stuff. It'd be pretty good. I watched. Speaking of watching things, I ended up watching that movie that everybody told Owen to watch for like 6 months. They were like, Owen, Owen, you've got to watch The Principal. Owen, you have to watch The Principal. And I was just like, wow, they really keep on talking about this thing. Finally watched it like a week ago. And I was like, that was so underwhelming. Just ridiculously underwhelming. Just I was like, wow. There was nothing new or special about that unless you're like if you're super blue pilled and you see that, I can understand how it might be a nice little gateway. But if you've already unplugged from the matrix, metaphorically, guys, m- metaphorically, then it's not going to do anything for you. Yes, please ask. Wait, what? You read like you didn't read the whole thing, did you? Because like I read the intro and I was ready to take a nap. And by take a nap, I mean pray and go to church and stuff. And when I say go to church, church is at my house now. We do church at home. We have 5 church goers, and I'm one of them. Anyway, eh, wait, the word meme is a sore spot? Or no, you were probably talking about something else. I'm with you, brother, one way or the other. Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that. So true. I get these arguments all the time. Oh, yeah. I know. You're such an I. Yeah. I mean, it's true. I read, and then you said that you read it. Well, yeah. I also read Holy Blood, Holy Grail. Okay. Awfully dry. Well, I mean, Bloodlines of the Illuminati is not necessarily dry. It's just more so like a dictionary, a research. It's like a research paper. That's probably that's probably the better way to put it. It's like a huge research paper. Um, I wonder if there's a Trololo bear. That'd be kind of funny. Like Trolololo, lolololo, lolololo. Coolest Russian ever. Did nothing to anybody. Just lived his life as the troll guy. You know who I'm talking about. Is that fair to call that guy the coolest Russian ever? Seems like a gross overstatement, but coolest Russian I've ever known, but not actually known. Man, there's a lot. Hey, I noticed Deplorable Discourse's channel doesn't exist anymore. I don't know if he took it down or what happened. Um, but and I don't know what anybody watching this will know. But no Fox. That's funny actually. But yeah, Deplorable Discourse. They did all those songs and funny videos with Owen or about Owen. And then there was like this weird awkward falling out situation because he was like, "Hey, if you want to send me any money, that'd be great." And then Owen like got all offended. This is the most awkward, silly thing ever. Maybe not ever. But it was pretty awkward and silly. Oops. Um, but anyway, his channel's wiped. I couldn't find it at all. So if you know anything about that, it'd be kind of interesting because that just kind of disappeared very silently, if you know what I mean. YouTube wiping all kinds of people. And I just don't know when. I don't know when that happened. Um, fell to the purge. I don't know when Deplorable Discourse disappeared. Deplorable Discourse, he was in the chat all the time, and then there was this awkward thing, and then there was like he apologized for even bringing up money, but then slowly I think he just kind of disappeared because I think we as adults, we as men, and we as humans really don't like aw dude, my friend in India is such a cool guy. Well, let's just say he's really kind. He's really kind. uh, I just like people that are like human beings that act kind. All right. Let me show you what I made. Some of you saw my video. I want to show you the finished product, and I'm showing it to you in like not a perfect. There you go. That looks. You can see it pretty good. And this is with the mug. Oh, hey, Chinese bear. That's with the mug in it. Yeah, I made that. Yep. And I'll make more too. And if anybody wants to buy one, you know, give you a great deal. Shipping is a beast though. Um, it took me probably somewhere between 15 and 20 hours. I didn't really count, but I estimate less than 20, more than 15. That's all I'm saying. All right, what were you saying, Chinese Bear? And welcome. Glad to see you here. And hi to anybody else that's here that doesn't like to talk for whatever reason. It was a little earlier than that. Oh, EST. Yeah. I got you on that. Yeah, I know. But then he streamed on D Live today, Chinese Bear, and had like 7,800 live viewers on his first stream on D Live, which is pretty much more crushing than the gravity that doesn't even exist. Basically, the amount of crushing that Owen did today made made gravity exist, even though it doesn't even exist. That's how much crushing Owen did today. Um, look it up. I know that sounds really, oh my gosh, he said it. He said, I can't believe he just said that gravity doesn't even exist. Well, let's just say the scientific community has rejected the concept of mass attracting mass since 1910, and they are also currently rejecting the model of the bending of the space-time continuum, mostly because space is a measurement and time is a concept. And they don't. They're first of all they're mutually exclusive, and second of all they don't exactly exist in the physical realm. Anyway, it's a little complicated, but science or scientists, whatever the heck those guys, you could just call them liars. Um, they're also throwing out this space-time continuum explanation for what gravity is because basically nobody knows because gravity is an overarching word to describe a concept that has more functions than one word can sum up, basically. Anyway, hmm, Arab, interesting. All right, so what's going on in the chat? I think nice cabinet. Well, it's a wall hanging. Um, no, trust me, I've got enough mugs. Oh, thanks, appreciate that. Excuse me. What was I gonna say? It's a mug hanger, and you hang mugs on it, and it hangs on the wall, and that's about all I have to say about that. But it's going to cost about $30 to ship anywhere, which is rough in and of itself because it's big, as you saw. And then I have a material expenditure of $40, just my raw cost. So shipping and my cost brings that to $70. So if I were to sell that online, it would need to be here's a good thing, it's personalizable, per, customizable, able to be personalized, and that's kind of cool. Um yeah, anyway. Um so you can have your name on it, and I'm thinking of listing it online for 125. Most everybody including myself would be like, "Oh, okay, well, I'm never buying that." There's a market for it based on I know that just based on the job that I do, and you know, I don't think that I could stand to sell very many of them because right now it's taken me way too long to make one, but I'm hoping to hone that down and all that good stuff. But I'm gonna take it to a craft fair in the local community and try to sell it for 95, which gives me $25 in my pocket. I take that back. It actually would be $55 in my pocket because I'm not shipping it. It'd be a in-person exchange, but the reason I'm doing that is to test the market, because if I can sell it for 95, then I can do free shipping. And if I can't sell it for 95, then I also have to charge for shipping, basically. I mean, I did spend like 15 hours on the thing, and I think I could probably get it down to like a 3 or 4 hour job. But the general rule for craft work like that, handmade craft work that and all that good stuff, the general rule is you definitely want to get paid like $10 an hour for something like that. So I don't know. It's really hard to make stuff with your hands and then sell it because nobody wants to pay what well, I say nobody, but you know what I mean. Okay, fine. Um, hey, Fistio Doyle, dude, super long time no see. Um, yeah, I'm gonna grow out for a whole year. This is only like 3 months, so 9 more months to go. Um, I see that you wrote the word or the number 120. Yeah, 9.81 meters second squared, except nobody thinks in terms of it's just yeah, it's just a nonsense thing. Um, it's so nonsense. You were going to say how you realized the Earth is oh yeah, that's I tried actually, Bigby. I really did. And then it all fell apart. I was close there for a minute, and then yeah, I'm not the one who gave myself the Irish shocker for a moniker. Love the name. 1/3 materials, 1/3 for shipping, 1/3 for profit. Yeah, yeah, that is the general rule. I totally get it. Um, you're right, and I think that on the website that I work with, I could sell it for 125, and then do because our website has a $9.99 flat rate shipping. So then it would be like 134.95 that people would be spending, and it's custom, and it's got wrought iron that those hooks. I'll show you again. I mean, there was 5 people here for a second, and then everybody left. It's all good. But those are wrought iron hooks. There you go. I'm trying to turn the phone as if it's going to give you a three-dimensional perspective. That's pretty funny. But wow. Now you just seeing a reflection of the TV. Of the TV. How old am I? Um, but yeah, those are wrought iron hooks. There's no metal except for the hooks. The wood. I don't know if you can see that. You see the 4 pegs in every spot. I'm sure you do if you're looking. Every joint is actually a hole that I put a wooden dowel through and clamped it and glued it and sawed it off um, and then sanded it down. And so it's unique. It's got some rustic nature to it, and yeah. Oops, oops. Our server, the Bears, just completely wrecked D Live. 8,000 bears just came out of nowhere, and D Live is like, "Ooh, ooh." Well, I guess the first person to really rock their boat was PewDiePie, because I'm pretty sure he went to D Live. Pretty sure. But anyway, what was I saying? Is that a wall? There's no stain. Yeah, of course I do custom stains. There's no stain. It's completely natural. Blue pine, which I love. I think it's a beautiful wood. Blue pine, wooden dowels, hand sanded and all that good stuff. Um, and wrought iron, a wrought iron hooks, and then custom personalization up top. Um, Probably enough room for no more than 18. But I could do 2 rows. It'd be a little tight, but I could do 2 rows. So probably absolutely no more than 36 characters, but 18 would probably be better. Um, so anyway, obviously I'd sell it to you guys at basically at cost. Um, I mean, at cost, and then whatever you want to tip me, basically. Um, he undersells himself. Well, I mean, you gotta start somewhere. Baker Street Bear. I like it. A Sherlock fan. Ain't nothing wrong with that. All right. Yeah, no stain, but yeah, it could definitely be stained. We wouldn't let you sell at cost. I got you. All right. Well, I've been goofing around on D Live talking about the thing that I just finished up today, my coffee mug holder, and maybe I could just throw it up on the screen. Let me. I know what I could do. I know what I could do. I'm just being ridiculous. All right. Oh. Dun, dun, dun. It's so big. I need to like. Here, I need to save it. Save. Here you go. Here you go. There you go. That's a little better. I'll zoom in, show you some of the fine details. I don't know why I didn't think of this at first. All right, so, inclusions of the branch. This here is not a stain. That's part of the blue pine. Moth, like little beetles and certain diseases attack the pine tree when it's growing, obviously. And then they cut it down and they're like, oh, and it's not good wood. Supposedly, blue pine's not really good for structural building. Hey, Ian Bear Pig, what's up? But it's excellent for just the unique character. And yeah, I'm not. Yeah. Human Coalition's good stuff, by the way. They're that's what you guys have seen my shirt. I think I wore it yesterday. Yep. Anyway, so you see the 4 dowels, and then we'll get stuff like this where it's like that. It's all broken, but it's rock solid. Don't get me wrong, it's rock solid. Um, but yeah, and then that's the personalization. It's funny, the dowels are made of this other wood, but in some cases they almost disappear. Like right here, you almost can't even see it, but it's there. Um, I'll get better at that. This is literally this is literally my first one. Um, and then I could do this in custom colors. That's what I was saying. This could be 2 rows. You could have 18 and 18. So I was just like six letters Uh, maybe maybe 12, maybe 12 and 24. Uh, you don't want to be too tight. 12 to 14, something like that. I don't know. But yeah, there it is. That it is. And these are custom wrought iron hooks. And then let's say you're like, hey, I want 15. I want 15 of them mamber jambers. Hey, I want 20. 5, 5, 5, and 5. If you wanted a custom size or something, just work it out. Because obviously I could do other sizes. It's just wood and stuff. So I just want one that has 8, you know, or I just want one that has 4. You could do that too. It's whatever. You could do 4. Whoops. Just trying to. There we go. Leave it right there. Leave it right there. Tell you what. Yeah. Hand rubbing. Intensifies memes are pretty funny. Um, let's see. Good woodworking. Thank you, Ian. Thank you. If you invest in a sander, could cut materials. I have a palm sander. Yeah, 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 yeah. But the wood isn't the expense. I want good wood. I don't want pallet wood. They're doing that on Amazon, and they're selling them for $52 on Amazon. And they're using here. I'll show you. I bought one, and it was a piece of garbage, and that's what led this whole thing to happening. Let me show you what happened and why this even happened. Wait, you're going to tell me how things happened and then how they happened? I'm going to tell you what happened and how it happened. Um, all right, let's go here. That's fine. I'll leave it. I'll leave it there. All right, so check that out. This is the box that the coffee holder thing was shipped in. Here, actually, let me back up. Let me actually pull up online what they're selling. So you see what they're selling. Coffee. Whoops. Oh, it's right there. It's right there. Um, and free shipping, free returns. It's all primacized and all that stuff. Seeing if there's any personal information on here besides my name. Okay. Oh, and my zip code. Yeah, it's fine. I don't care about that. You're gonna be doxxed like hardcore, man. They're gonna delete my channel anyway, so whatever. The purge. The purge. All right, so you see these hooks? They're double screw. They're little hooks, and people are like, the hooks are great. And then you see it's a pallet. It's a piece of crap pallet that's faux finish, like whitewashed, and they even like they just go on and on to say these incredibly strong hooks. I mean, come on, these hooks could literally survive an apocalypse. The hooks are amazing. 25 inches by 2.5 inches by 20 inches. Mine is 30 by 24, so it's significantly larger. It's about 5 inches taller and about 4 inches wider, give or take a little bit, but you get it. $52 Amazon, free shipping. That's what, and it's not customizable. It just has the word coffee, so on and so on. Okay, you get it? You get it, got it? Good. All right, let's get rid of that. So this is what I got in the mail. This is what I got in the mail. It was like, wait a second. This isn't looking good at all. Yeah. So this is inside of the box. I was like, whoa. Whoa. Do you see this right here? Yeah, that's called broken off. Not good. And then completely bent sideways. There was literally only, I think there was 3 hooks that were undamaged. So I call in and they give me a $10 refund. And I was just like, you guys are horrible. It's like the box was in horrible shape. There's broken hooks everywhere. What are we going to count? One, two, three, four. So there was 4. What is this? Another one? I don't know. Maybe 5 hooks, maybe 6. But you see, one, two, three, four, five, 6. So yeah, half and half, at least half and half. I think another one of these was bent somehow, some way. But anyway, you get the point. It's garbage. It was super garbage. And what do they do? Nothing. So then I found this guy that makes these hooks, and I bought his hooks, and then I was like, these hooks are great. And I reached out to him. I was like, hey, do you do custom work? And I eventually got his WhatsApp contact, and I start chatting with him. It's like, and he hooks me up with a wholesale rate, which was literally 50% less than the Amazon cost, what he sells on Amazon. And this dude's great. He sent me a bunch of free stuff too, like a bunch, several. Yeah, anyway, it's really cool. And we chat from time to time, and he's like my Indian manufacturer friend, basically. So if I need anything, cast bronze or cast iron, I want to get a bear bottle opener. I want to get him to do that, but the problem is I don't want to waste his time if I don't have some buyers. Um, and it doesn't have to be beer, you know, be root beer or something with a bottle top, but you know, whatever. Um, anyway, let's see. Don't use old pallets. They're usually treated with chemical. Exactly. Yeah, yeah. I know. There is UHT pallets or HTU, heat treated. Anyway, there are pallets that are non-toxic, but that's not the point. Um, that's not the point. It's about the quality of the wood. In, I mean, I could do just like Amazon people are doing, but this is meant to be a nicer thing. Um, that's why I suggested sander. I got you. So I could breathe all that nonsense in. I'm just kidding. Um, well, there, Ian, Ian said it for me. Um, it's like asbestos. It's not bad until it gets. Yeah, it's partially true. The problem is I'm working in the basement, so I need to stay as organic and chemical free as possible because that's where the heat the furnace is, and it sucks in air through the basement, which I know some of you are gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, no! You're supposed to get air from outside." I know. I know people only make hundreds making Adirondack chairs out of these things. I know. I don't really have a method for selling big things. People get the post I shared on mine's from your page, Devin, already got reposted. Well, it's probably because you're more popular than me. Yeah, we'll share that meme. Wonder if I could pull that up somehow. What do I have to do? What I gotta do, because I want to put that on the screen. Um, I usually just mail stuff to myself. Isn't that silly? The fastest way for me to get something from my phone to my computer is just to mail it. It's kind of funny. It's a little funny. And then on Twitter, I haven't looked at it recently. I'll see what happened on Twitter. I'll share the news. It's all good. Um, where's my? I don't even sometimes know how to get to my own page. Wait. Oh, tweets and replies. That's what I need to get to. Yeah, nothing. On Twitter, it's had 82 impressions and not one heart, not one retweet, not one comment. Here, you guys be the judge. Just give me a minute. It's just, you sound really angry about this. A little frustrated at the lack of logos. I thought you didn't like that word being used that way. You're right. What has happened? Just in general. Okay, here. It's my meme. This is my epic meme. It's not really a meme, except it kind of. I guess a Twitter reply can be a meme, right? I think so. I think a Twitter reply can be a meme. It wouldn't be $3. It would be 30%. That is. Wait, what? No, the cost of the wood. That so $40, right? Is the $40 is my total cost to make the and only about $9 max that I spent on wood. Um, what on mines? Oh, Helio Skeptic is live on um, on D Live. Oh, it's not a big deal. He's just putting it's nothing. Dang, that's huge. My wife just wrote me a book. She likes to do that. Um, these are but the shadows of yeah, dude. I'm telling you what, I married a really wise woman. I'll tell you that right now. But yeah, let me. That's gonna be important for me to read ASAP. So let me see what you're talking about on mines. All I see is that it's got 3 thumbs ups and one little spinny thing. I guess that's a share or something. I got you. Okay, cool. But yeah, I who can I mean, can you argue? I'm sure somebody could argue. Obviously they would argue, but yeah, And there was a reason I chose the cosmic brownie, by the way. If you look at the box, you'll know pretty quickly why I chose the colorful cosmic brownies for that comment. Used to work at an auto parts retailer. Lots of battery acid can end up on pallets. True. Other, you should read the comment it got already. Oh yeah, I mean, what is fair date? Oh, December 7th, which is way too soon for you to try to get me something, Mister Mister Awesome Indian Man, friend of mine. Um, let's throw all the pallets away. Uh, I get it, Bigby. I get it. It's not for everybody, but it's a good use for some. And if you know the origin and the destination of the pallet, like one of the people I used to know when I lived in Florida, dude, he got pallets for his job, and they were like quality wood, heat treated, just kiln heated or whatever, heat treated, and no chemicals allegedly. And he used them on his fire, just burn them, no odor. Pine's not the best wood to grow. Grow, I said grow. Pine is not the best wood to burn. There's people that will argue that point, but anyway, yeah, Burt's Bees. There's this little spot on my lip that's like this weird dry spot. It's been hanging out for like 2 weeks. It's really weird. I don't usually use chapstick, but it's excessively dry, and it's like 74 to 77 every day up here in the attic, even though it's like 12 degrees outside some days. It'll still be 74 up here because all the heat travels up and then traps here in the attic. So I'm always toasty, a little too toasty. All right. So anyway, let's get on this topic. Okay. Here, I'll let you stare at the sun. Whoops, not that. No, not that either. uh, it's a funny meme, but it's whatever. Um, all right. So let's just stare into the sun. Um, you will build a tiny house with them sooner than you later, I'm sure. Wow. All right, so this is good stuff. Um, for anybody out there that's like, okay, so now I found out that Christmas absolutely, beyond a shadow of a doubt, has pagan roots. It's it's highly compromised, and we might be doing a disservice. There's a lot of layers. There's a lot of layers because like I started this stream and I said you can't just throw the baby out with the bathwater, okay? You also don't want to mistake one thing for another. Let's see if I can be a little more clear than that. Avoid specious statements and arguments. And I had mentioned in one of my last streams, I think yesterday, I'm just really gung ho right now about some of these topics, so that's why I've been streaming way more than usual. Um, Dihydrogen monoxide, hydrogen and oxygen. Ain't nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. It's literally how you make water. And I know a PhD chemist, and he said that it is 100% lie that if you mix hydrogen and oxygen atoms that you can't make water. Completely false. I don't know much more about it besides the fact that there's a massive psyop behind saying that you can't make water from those two elements, that it's just magic that occurs in nature, but you could never recreate it in a lab. We'll never recreate a soul in a lab, but some things, guys, some things they say are impossible because they don't want you to do certain things. Who are they? I'm concerned for you. You keep on saying they. It's very, very concerning. Um, you're right and wrong about Christmas. Wait for my video. Kill the pallets. Um, yeah, I'll watch your video, bro. But um, let me just read some stuff to you, okay? Let me read some stuff to you. This is good. Just trying to rephrase this. When you take all the elements of Christmas, the Christmas tree and all these decorations and all these things, and you just toss them out the window, that's the context, okay? It does seem to snuff out all that is left. What seems good of what seems good in this world. You remove church, you remove Christmas, and what light is left in our world? So, specifically, how does church relate to this? Well, many of us have issues, and what's the word? Good word. Grievances with the way that church is run. I know you don't want to stare at the sun anymore. It's hurting your eyes. I get it. I'm a kind guy. I can fix that. Many of us have grievances with the church, okay? The point is, if you remove these things, it may feel as though what light is left in this world. December would be bleak indeed. No twinkle lights, no beautifully lit trees, no Christmas carols, hot cocoa, Elf, Home Alone, sappy Hallmark movies, no youth group camp trips, no ladies groups, no men's groups, eclectic conferences, mood music, group selfies. If Christians everywhere rejected Christmas, then what? What warmth and light is left in our world? If Christians everywhere rejected what we know as church today, what then? Who would gather? Who would feed the poor? Who would teach the orphans? Who would look out for the widow? Who then would who then would the world see and recognize as Christians? What would that look like? I don't know. Perhaps these are but the shadows of what we know as good. Perhaps without these things, visible material trappings, we would find an invisible army rising up and polishing its armor. Instead of the tensile strength and fleeting faith of a seasonal allure, might we discover the glint of righteous breastplates borne upon the steel-toed shoes of the peace with God? In the absence of social programs and manipulated volunteerism, would Christians then turn to love their neighbors? check on that widow down the street, and remember the deep heart needs of their own children at home? In the absence of a rush to decorate and meet the cultural expectations for gift giving, would we find more elaborately decorated temples living in earthen vessels and offering unto mankind the only gift of true matter in every dimension? In the absence of the glow of colored lights and our miniature idols, would we turn to remember all that we once thought inspired our seasonal celebrations to be wholly sufficient by Himself alone, with no need for trinkets, images, or our surface level traditions? I think always that this is true. God's people find their way, or rather, He finds them. They know their shepherd and another, though it may rule over them for a time, they will never claim. But we must consider the very real possibility that the removal of these external checks, however mixed, manipulated, superficial, or twisted, might also plunge the world into a great and hopeless despair. Oh, some would cheer, good riddance! Of course, these will always be among us until the end. But others would be disillusioned, confused, left bankrupt in purpose. One wonders if these illusions of faith, where they are more than illusions, are all that restrains evil some days. Yet, some would say they are but the light side of the same dark and demonically influenced coin. Some days, I agree. Nonetheless, God has so often turned evil for my good. He has so often, this is going into testimony zone, he has so often met me in my ignorance and unknown sins. He has so often greeted me warmly in places and circumstances that didn't deserve him, that I have to believe that to some degree he does yet work through these things, even in contaminated seasons and poorer churches. The question is, does knowledge of the origins of Christmas make us accountable not to participate, to remove ourselves from it? And does knowledge of the manipulations and abuses of corporate church today likewise excuse us from or demand our resistance? Many a pastor would say no, and I often agree. Is there another way? I can't see the Apostle Paul celebrating Christmas. Can you? I can see him supporting church structures and order, though many pet doctrines are likely at risk. I see Jesus at Passover, which doesn't speak to Christmas, but does speak to some form of tradition and season. It's hard to envision him being too fond of our religious systems, what we call church today, which so mirror the synagogue leaders he so often rebuked. Even when he taught in their midst, and yet he did say he would establish such an order, a church. What has his understanding? What was his understanding of that word? And in what way has it been perverted? This has been a reading from the heart of my heart. 8 viewers. Yeah, that's because um, I can't take credit for all of those words. Uh, Slightly Mithras worship, Bigby, yes. But if you're still working on your video, um, there are multiple layers to the origins. Saturnalia doesn't go back as far as the winter solstice. So the winter solstice celebration predates Saturnalia. But at the same time, neither of those events actually conclusively arrive at the date of December 25th. There's a little bit of misinformation and confusion around how and why and where the 25th came from specifically, but it is very clear to anybody that does the research that uh, the Catholic Church was accommodating and trying to do seeker friendly methods, just like when churches in modern time do trunk or treat or Easter egg hunts, which is beyond absurd, by the way. Um, about any time that they try to, uh, when we do the trunk or treat, I mean, it's great because people are hanging out with other people that are Christians and they might visit the church and it's just the kids have fun. And anyway, um, so the reason that September is elected and the most rational answer for when Jesus was born is corroboration of the birth and conception, more specifically, I suppose, of John the Baptist. And it's validated somewhat, not not perfectly so, but somewhat validated in the nature of shepherds being in the fields and those sorts of things. Um, so I know there was a ton of comments while I was reading that. So welcome everybody. It's a lot of viewers for just little old me. I'm not that old, but you know what I mean. Um, so please just give me more comments, ask questions. Um, I just read possibly one of the most um, epic statements on the topic that I've heard. It was really epic. Um, let's see. Thank you, Fisty. Palace of Life is like. Um, you should read the comment. It got. I'm going way too high up. You're right. So interesting. I'm listening. If we can take the rainbow back from, um, well, they never stole it from us. In fact, they went from the number 8 to the number 6 to the number 7 back to the number 6 again. So the actual gay pride flag is a 6-colored flag. It was originally 8 briefly, and they settled on 6 colors. So it is it's missing indigo, I believe. Technically, it's whatever, it doesn't matter. Um, why can't we take over December 25th too? Because it was never ours, so to speak, in the first place, except for all days are God's. God made all the days. So whatever, you should technically worship and celebrate God every single day. There's nothing special about the 25th of December, except that it falls at the end of the winter solstice celebrations that took place for thousands of years. Um, and for the church to co op or appropriate is the better word, in my opinion, for the church to appropriate the pagan holidays and try to holify them. I just made that word up, I'm sure you get it. Um, it begs some questions. I think we should be asking questions and try to critically come to some answers regarding whether or not it is actually appropriate for a Christian to appropriate a demonic or satanic or Luciferian thing, appropriate it, try to attempt to make it holy, and then lift it up in tradition. So let's give an example. If what about secret handshake? Is that we know that the secret handshake that's handshakes that are associated with um, Brother Mannery, aka the Freemasons. Um, Again, my channel will probably be deleted soon, so whatever. But um, if we were to take those, like do the like weird cerebral palsy, no offense, because I know some really cool cerebral palsy people, but they get it. But people that don't have CP to try to do CP handshakes is kind of creepy. It just is. I'd shake anybody's hand, just not people that are Luciferians, not on purpose at least. Um, I probably have shaken some knowing Luciferians before. I probably have. I've met a lot of people. Um, but could we Christianicize that? What's another good example? How about I'm trying to pick something not too extreme. Like the handshake was a good example, but maybe not extreme enough. But I don't want to go too far. Um, well, I mean, for instance, the mandala um, is what the again the Catholics, when they did the whole meditation thing where you walked in the labyrinth. That's all pagan, but the church appropriated that. Uh, many churches appropriate the Eastern mysticism meditation when it's supposed to be about prayer, and prayer and meditation is different than mindfulness. And there's a lot of modern churches that are adopting methods of mindfulness, trapping people in an internal alpha brainwave state, and it's not good, and it opens the door for demons, obviously specifically for people that aren't saved. But anyway, that's a whole rabbit trail. Um, but what's a good example of a pagan ritual um, that we could Christianicize or symbol? What about the ankh? I mean, there's a lot of people that claim to be Christians that wear the ankh. Um, but what about? I mean, I could say divination of spirits, where you try to talk to the dead, which is specifically prohibited in the Bible. Big good example, except for the fact that it's like overwhelmingly clearly prohibited. Um, so maybe not a super good example. But anyway, point of the matter is it appropriate for Christians to take something that is pagan, even though it happened, you know, nearly 2,000 years ago? I get it. But on the other hand, just because somebody did it a long time ago, you got to ask why are we still doing it? Was it appropriate then? And if it wasn't appropriate then, why did time make that different? And if it didn't, why did people act like it did? Just ask questions. That's really my main point. I'm not saying when I say the words, is it appropriate for the church to appropriate a pagan holiday? I'm not saying it is not appropriate for the church to appropriate a pagan holiday because I don't have all of the answers, but I think that you should search an answer with biblical wisdom and prayer. I think that that's appropriate. If you disagree, then I guess we'll talk. If you want to talk. She found a new one. My wife is going through the same thing. So I'm very sorry to hear that. Wait. Um, Hi. Soon? Okay. Um, so I need to escape from this YouTube world very soon. Um, if we can take a rainbow back, we can, we could, we can. You sometimes prickish. What? I wasn't asking you. I would ban you if you did. Oh my gosh! Wow. I had a really tough week. My mom lost her job. I have trouble finding. Yeah, the job thing is very frustrating. 34 years. Wow, that's how long I've been alive. Ah, bankruptcy. That is big. Um, yeah, prayer for each other, guys. That's good stuff. Um, no, Mithra is before. Pretty certain. I'll double check about Mithras being. Um, thanks for sharing holiday laundering. I I get it. That's funny. I like it. INTJs don't always laugh at jokes because we're like still exploring them to their deepest extent. That's why, anyway. Um, December 25th is awesome. Prove me wrong, but give me a week. Oh my gosh. Um, you think we can take back and appropriate the swastika? Yeah, actually, that's not a bad example at all. Um, Here, let me show you why. There's a there's a valid reason why I would say that. Um, Big. I don't know if Quant is going to help me find this, but this is fascinating, and it'll help you understand. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, this is perfect. It's exactly what I wanted to find. Can you go take me to the picture, please? Gosh, I just hate how you can't just go straight to the picture. Oh, is this one of those? Oh, this is one of those stupid websites that has like millions of. It's just so long. Open image in new tab. We'll just do that. There we go. All right, here we go. So here you go. Summer, spring, winter, fall. Okay, this is the Big Dipper, and this is quite likely where that symbol was derived from. It was originally a symbol of peace and continuity. I don't know much more about it. I just recently saw this. And by the way, the fact that you can see the Big Dipper all year long should make you ask some major questions about what they say about our solar system. If you think about it for just a moment, you'll understand why I'm saying that. But let me see if I can catch up with the comments. You think would you moot point because Aryans are only descendants from Hittites, which have come from the tribe of Israel. Yeah, no, no. Okay. Um, yeah, I'm making an edgy joke. Yeah, it's funny because you all thought that I would like just knock that down, but I, it's fascinating, is all I'm saying. Um, you guys are too sensitive with each other. It's hilarious. Um, obviously, you're a Nazi sympathizer. I'm not a sympathizer of anybody. I try to tell you guys my loyalty is to Christ and not to social justice warriors or Owen Benjamin or people that talk about the shape of the earth. My loyalty is to the gospel, not to those other silly things. Um, you called Owen and 300,000 bears silly? How dare you? How double dog dare you? That's the transvestite boomer. Just in case you wondered. Um, hey, intoxicating masculinity. Several things. Let me get this watch to get off the screen. Oh boy, got a little awkward there. Thanks to Ian Bear Pig. Appreciate you, bro. Um, anyway, um, about how it's okay to use December 20th, or how it's not okay. Um, yeah, okay. Thank you, Ian. That was sweet baby. I'm glad I should do more TV theme covers. Okay, the Big Dipper includes the North Star. The North Star is called that because it is at the North Pole, where the orientation wouldn't change much over the seasons. Just saying exactly. Okay, just real quick, because I'm pretty sure I did explain this actually a couple of times. But you got the sun, okay? It's in the center, allegedly, and you got the Earth, allegedly, and it's over here, and you're looking out at the stars over here in summer, and then in winter, you've gone full round 180 degrees on the opposite side of the sun, and you're staring out, get my hand, you're staring out that direction. Okay. From that direction to that direction, 6 months. But you can always see the North Star, and you can always see the Big Dipper. And I don't know how many other stars you can see, but that doesn't make you ask questions. Just saying. Oh yeah, no, I hear you. I don't really and truly. I get confused when anybody mentions Jewish people because I don't even know. I have no idea. I have no idea who they are. I worked for an Orthodox Jewish man. That's all I know. Everything else, it's just confusion to me. I have no idea who they are. Not a clue. Um, my current status on D Live is non-partner. It's like thanks, thanks. Fine. Okay. Um, no, I just um, we're up to 31 though. 'Cause I don't remember how many people we're up to 31 people following me on D Live. Um, let's see here. Following. I don't know how to go to like the thing that
Today was
stop. Oh, what? That's funny. So I guess Semper Bear uh, is on D Live right now. It appears, and who knows how many other bears. Um, so apparently he's just made the hop over to D Live, and I probably will soon too. Um, somewhere it told me how many people I had followed, so it's a little tricky to figure out. Um, um, oh, there it is. I see. So I have to go to my channel, and then it says 30 followers, and I'm following 392, which actually is the exact same ratio for the most part. Well, not really. See, on YouTube, I'm following 1,000 people, and I have 350 um, subscribers that only subscribe. I'm just kidding. We'll stop there. All right, guys. Yeah, feel free to hit the thumbs up or not. It doesn't matter. I don't see a point of any of this stuff. Since the overthrow, this Earth has not been in proper axis or orbit. Since the overthrow. Are you talking about Satan? Is that why there's a 66.6% or I'm sorry, 66.6 degree tilt of the Earth because of Satan? I mean, is that what you're trying to say? Um, yeah. Anyway, I don't know, but yeah, if here's the thing. Here, I'll share this. Do I watch Semper Bear streams? Yeah, yeah. We're supposed to get together on live stream sometime, but it just hadn't worked out yet. Bear Arms is dropping crazy rainbow frogs and Cookie Monster. Um, I don't know if that's supposed to be Cookie Monster, but like a rainbow version. I don't know. It's pretty epic though. And then this is my favorite painting in the whole wide world. It's called Ecce Homo. I'm sorry, did you say homo? Yeah, it's like Latin for man, and Ecce means behold. This is Pilate, and this is an artistic portrayal of Yeshua. This was actually an incredibly epic painting. The people, if you get there some higher definition photos of the painting, I think I've shared it on live stream like way long, like back in like March or something. But yeah, the people in the crowd, he painted their faces, and there's like people up on top of the building, like all the way up here, and you can see their face. Like he is just remarkable detail. Um, but yeah, Ecce Homo is the name of the painting, and yeah, let's see. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, come on, D Live. Come on. Come on. I mean, seriously. So apparently some people followed me without me following them. It's kind of cool. But yeah, I just made that. I just like I don't know anything about making panels and stuff, but there it is. And but yeah, Semper Bears live. Um Where was he?
somebody going
There
from
he is.
normal development to starting to exhibit in that time period.
There he is. He he must have shaved. Oh yeah, he's shaved, and he does look a lot younger when he shaves. That's so funny. Um, the tree stump thing. I'm not completely sold on the tree stump idea. The like, you know, 15,000 feet tall trees and stuff. I don't know. Maybe, but why only like 30 stumps in the entire world? I don't know. Maybe. But yeah, Semper's tearing it up, it looks like. Um, well, what's he got? He's got dude, what in the world? How did what? You have like 30 on YouTube and 200 people watching him on D Live. So yeah, he's really tearing it up. Um, I can't give any lemons because all I have is 0.64 lemons, which if you look up the actual lemon coin, y'all go ahead and watch Semper Bear, and I'm gonna go to bed. Go raid him, all 6 or 7 or 8 of you. Um, quick or Ramadan obligation. That's funny. Um, watch more, but he really isn't funny. And the chat is usually too busy for me to add value. I hear you. Yeah, that's one difference about my stuff is there's definitely not as many people. It doesn't hurt my feelings at all. I'll just cry myself to sleep. I've mentioned this before. The great grand woes of sadness that I experience. Not at all, guys. Not at all. Not at all. If you don't know where that's from Professor Calculus, The Adventures of Tintin. All right, guys, go to D Live. Go watch Semper Bear. Have fun. Enjoy yourself. Oh well, get back to work then, Bigby. Have a good night. Um, thank you. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Um, keep asking questions. Keep reading the Bible. Everything is fine. Thanks, Jeremy. Appreciate you. Um, D Live seems pretty fun in different ways. Alrighty. Well, I will exit that out and minimize that. And yeah, good night, everybody. And here, we'll go big. Go big or go home. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait for it. Dun dun dun. Live streamer for years who had 40 consistent viewers. Wow, not bad. That's a club. That is a club, I tell you what. Well, on that note, love the Lord your God. There's another comment. All had her own role. He made hundreds over the course of years. Sounds like he was doing pretty doing pretty well for himself. I'm just kidding. I'm I'm kidding. But I'm not kidding about this. You can smile about loving the Lord your God with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength. There's nothing wrong about that. No, you should absolutely love the Lord your God with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength.